Unscripted fam? Welcome to another episode of Brown Girl Unscripted. It's your girl Rucha, and I'm the host of this podcast. And today's guest is Prasiddhi.
Hello!
She is a friend of mine and also a tech consultant, founder, and creator. Welcome to Brown Girl Unscripted.
I'm so excited.
So we actually met through an entrepreneur event.
Yeah.
Should we tell them about how we met?
Yeah.
Okay, so we went to Female Founder World, which, by the way, if you have your own business and you're a girly, is it
I think it's just girls.
It's just
It's
girls, yeah.
It's Female Founder World.
Gatekeep, yeah, exactly. It's just for the girls. If you're a guy, sorry. And we met there, and I think we met like near there was like a stand for Deco Nails.
Yeah.
Yeah, we met there, which, by the way, Deco Nails, check them out.
I actually interviewed her too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like a long time ago.
Yeah. She does female founder interviews. So shout out that. You should check it out. It's really dope, especially for anyone looking to get into entrepreneurship, start their own business, or just like curious about what people are doing. I feel like it's a really good thing to check out. So go check it out. I'll have her details in the description. But anyways, we met at the event, and honestly, I really loved her vibe, and I was like, now we're gonna connect. And fast forward, I would say like a year. This is exactly a year.
I think it was in November, so I think a little over a year.
Oh,
Maybe
I thought it was in Jan.
No, it was in November last year.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Or December.
Like,
so
the,
like
the winter,
yeah.
like that kind of.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, so a little over a year ago.
Yeah. Wow. That's crazy. So time flew by.
I know.
Yeah. But since then, we've been connected, and I was like, girl, you have to go on my podcast. So
And here I am.
Literally, I'm at her new apartment. We are in Brooklyn right now.
I never thought I would be a Brooklyn girly, but here I am, and I love it.
How do you like Brooklyn so far? Like, what's your favorite part?
I think it's just like a lot calmer than Manhattan, and the accessibility to Manhattan is like still so great.
Yeah.
I love running around here. I think it's just
She means literally running around. She runs.
I do run. So I literally do mean running. Being near the waterfront is also great, and I think the people are nicer here.
Ooh, spill the tea, girl. Okay, how are the people nicer? Tell us.
I don't know if there's like tea, but I think they're just like the vibe is just nicer. I think also I never hear sirens like ever.
Okay, that's so nice.
Which is I think my favorite part. I don't wake up to ambulance sirens anymore.
Cortisol levels are lower now.
Yeah, like way lower. So it's really great, and I think honestly it's like helped my mental health a lot more too, because I'm not overstimulated all the time. And if I do want to be overstimulated, I just take the L into Manhattan to be overstimulated.
That's so funny. No, I think what you're saying about, like, especially Midtown area, it's, like, very much, like...
And that's where I used to live. I used to live in Murray Hill. So...
Oh, my God, yeah.
Overstimulation to, like, the max.
Yeah, even just walking through there, like, whenever... Like, I'm in Queens.
Yeah.
So, like, whenever like, I go into Manhattan, like, I never go to Midtown.
Yeah.
Because I just don't have the urge. Because whenever I'm there, it's giving, like... street rat energy, you know what I mean? Like, I don't like the vibes personally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think when I moved to New York, I really wanted to have the authentic like New York City experience, because I was like 22, maybe. I was 22 when I moved.
Yeah.
So I lived in like Turtle Bay and then Murray Hill. And then at one point I was like, okay, I've had my fill. I'm ready for like, a little calmer life.
Yeah.
And now I'm in Brooklyn.
Dude, I love that. I feel like also the thrift shops in Brooklyn and the culture and, like you said, just the vibes in general. It's like, just from an appearance level, it's a lot nicer as well.
Yeah. People wear color here. Like, you're wearing all black. Look, I'm wearing all color because now I can say I'm from Brooklyn.
This is actually a Rucha roast session. We're actually roasting me on this podcast.
No, I wear all black all the time too.
Yeah. See?
Like, I was just saying that.
Yeah.
But people do wear like color and like
artsy.
It's more artsy, and I really like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you go to like galleries and stuff like that? Or like pop-ups, or like what, I don't know, what's like, what do you like? Or have you not gone yet?
I have not gone yet.
Okay.
But honestly, like, it's like there are really cute coffee shops here. And I really like that. The food in Brooklyn is amazing. Like, there are some really great restaurants around here. And I'm trying to think. I think it is like, it's just artsier. I think the buildings are artsier, like just like the murals on the side of the road or on the side of the buildings.
Yeah.
I think people have like more statement fashion. And it's crazy because it's like not that far from Manhattan. I'm like talking like it's like so far and like so different, but yeah.
But
really
it feels like that. Yeah.
I love it.
I love that for you. And like you said, you've been also you run, right? So like, tell us about that.
Oh, I started my running journey in 2022. I am by no means like a fast runner, but I think the important part is like starting and like the improvement. This goes for like anything. Like if you're consistent, you'll improve.
We were just talking about this, right? Yeah.
So like whether it's like posting content or like work at a job, same thing with running or like workout in any type. So I took maybe like many months off of running, and I am finally starting to take training seriously because I'm running the New York City Marathon this year.
Girl.
Because I did the 9+1 program last year, and I'm so excited.
What's the 9+1 program?
Where you run 9 races through New York Roadrunner.
That's so cool.
And then you volunteer for one, and then you have guaranteed entry into the New York City Marathon, which has like less than a 1% acceptance rate. So it's a great option if you live in New York.
It's like the Ivy League of like marathons.
It's like it is, and it's like Marathon Day in New York City is by far my favorite day. It feels like the entire city is united and everyone's just like cheering people on, and the vibe is always so good, so positive, and I'm so excited to be on the other side and actually running it.
Dude, that's so dope. I think it's amazing. I feel like running is such a good skill to develop, especially like in your 20s, because like on surface value, I feel like it's like boring. But then, like, when you develop it, like, it's like you just feel, like, invincible. At least that's what I've heard people say.
Yeah.
Or, like, doing workouts where it's, like, it's such a, like, repetitive task. You have to do it again and again and again. But then, like, when you, like, get into it, you're just, like, wow, I feel like having the ability to, like, do things repeatedly like that is, like, a really good skill to have.
Yeah.
I sound like a psychopath, but I think it's true.
No,
you know?
I agree. And I think, I will say, like, I don't love running 100% of the time. Like, this morning, I was dreading getting out of bed to go on a run because I'm using a training plan, and it said, like, 5-mile run. And I haven't run more than 3 miles in a very long time.
Yeah.
So, like, I was really dreading it, but once I got out, I was listening to, like, good music, and, you know, the weather is finally a lot nicer. It was sunny outside, and it made me feel so much better.
Dude,
and, like, the, like, euphoric senses, like, or euphoric feeling carries out throughout
runner's
the entire...
high. That's what it's called,
okay,
right?
Yeah, runner's high.
Is it real? Is runner's high real?
I think it used to be, and today I think I did feel it. But I think when you run a lot, like when I was actually training for my very first half, and when you're just like repeatedly running, or like running without a goal, I don't know if I feel runner's high. I don't know if that's like a hot take, or maybe it's just me. Maybe I just need to run longer distances to get to runner's high.
Yeah.
But I think when you haven't ran in like a long time, or haven't run a far distance in a long time, the first time it feels like a sense of accomplishment. I think that contributes to the runner's high feeling. And I think working out in general is addicting because it like serotonin's produced, like you can actually like crave that feeling. Yeah. And
that's so real.
Yeah. And I think, well, I'm waiting for me to feel that way about running. I've only been like restarting my running journey for like a few weeks now, so I'm starting to feel that again. Like I'm looking forward to my next run, but I think when I have a bad run day, I'm like, oh, like why did I do this?
Oh no. What do you feel like is the one thing that like gets you to like from your bed to the not the track, but like wherever you run?
Okay, like, I think it's my running plan, because I paid like $120 for it.
Oh really? Okay.
Yeah, so it's like it's not like a on paper like a running plan. It's kind of gamified, and it gives me like my like warm up stretches, and then like my cool down stretches, and it gives me like a little check mark when I complete it, and I think that sense of accomplishment is what I like.
Like ticking it off.
Yeah, like it's like crossing something off of a to-do list, and so I really like that feeling. And So I think that gets me out of the bed. I will say, like, on Friday, I was, like, so out of it, and I had been working out the entire week. Like, I hadn't had any rest days, and I was supposed to go on a run, and I was like, you know what, like, I'm really not feeling it, so I, like, skipped my workout. And I think that's also really important, listening to your body, listening to, like, how you're feeling, and, like, skipping the workout if you need to.
Yeah, no, that's so real. I did that right after I sprained my ankle, actually.
Okay, well, that's a legit reason to skip a workout.
No, I know, yeah. I just, like, I feel like I could have done, like, I remember at the time I was like, I could do yoga or something, but, like, literally, like, I took, like, 3 weeks off of when that happened, and then coming back into it, like, let's say even now, like, my leg is, like, fully fine now,
yeah.
But, like, when I feel like I need, like a rest day, or, like, I'm just, like, physically tired, like, I
just
won't push myself to go to a workout class.
And you shouldn't. Like, I think when I used to lift, I was lifting, like,
when she used to
6
lift.
or 7. Like, I was lifting every single day, and it was for, like, multiple hours a day. And I think I used to pressure myself and, like, feel bad for not going to the gym. But, like, my body was so exhausted, and it caused me to, like, be sick because, like, my body was, like, forcing me to take rest days when I'm like forcing myself to work out so much. So it's really important to take the rest days when you need it, when your body's, like, demanding it.
No, 100%. I feel like the same goes for just, like, anything. Like,
oh yeah,
I feel like I've learned a lot, especially this past year, where, like, if you push yourself way too much, whether it's with work, or business, anything, like, your body's gonna tell you when you're effing it up, because if you don't make the time, like, it will make the time.
Yeah, for sure. And I think, like you said, it does go for anything. It goes for whether that's work or, like, if you need a mental break or a physical break. Your body will tell you.
Yeah, 100%. The other day, like, it was right after I went to Punta Cana recently, and I got off the flight, and I told myself I'm gonna go to a workout class the next day, but literally, I was like, it was a 4-hour flight, so I didn't think it was that bad, but, like, I slept through the workout class.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I did the same when I got back from India.
Really?
I, like, scheduled a workout class, and I was like, I'm gonna land, I told my mom, I'm gonna go to a yoga class, like, it's gonna be chill, like, it's a hot yoga class, it's gonna be fun. And I was, like, on bed rest for, like, 4 days after. I had, like, the highest fever I've ever had. Like, it was so bad.
Oh my god.
And my body was just tired from, like, traveling, and then because it's, like, a long flight. And I had been out for almost, like, 3 weeks, and, like, my body was just not ready for it. I needed proper sleep, I needed proper food. Like, my body was like, no yoga for you today.
No yoga, no movement period. Yeah.
So then I was just, like, sleeping like 12 hours, but when I felt better, I, like, got back into it.
No, I love that. The same thing happened to me when I got back from Japan, because it's an equally long flight, and I didn't think that would happen, just like how you said it, but it did.
Yeah.
Like, I was sick after, and it was like, yeah. I hate the feeling of that, honestly, especially, like, as someone, like, we're both, like, pretty active people.
Yeah.
And then, like, when that happens, you're like, wow.
I was looking forward to coming back to the city, getting back into my routine, looking forward to my next exercise, next workout.
Yeah.
And, like, it just did not happen for, like, another, like, 2 weeks after, because I went home, and I definitely don't exercise when I'm at home.
I get that. Wait, what is home for you?
North Carolina.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, wait, let's get into that.
Yeah.
Okay. North Carolina to New York, like, what is it like when you go back?
Oh, it's, like, so much slower.
Yeah.
But it feels really good to be, like, around my parents, around my dog, around my sister. And it's just because I'm, like, really close to my family. So it feels really good to have a reset in North Carolina, because it's very different. Like, it's a lot slower. I live in, like, suburbia. Like, it's very different. I, like, have to relearn how to drive a car every time I'm there.
Real.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you go back often?
Yeah. I would say, like, every other month minimum. Like,
okay.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Like, I go, like, many times a year. Yeah.
No, that makes sense. Yeah. It must be nice to, like, go back, especially, like, North Carolina. There's so much, like, nature there and all that.
Touch grass.
No, literally touch grass. Yeah, I get that. Because, there's not much grass here.
And then just, I think, being around, or I was going to say, like, the flight home is also, from door to door, it takes, like, 3 hours, which is so short.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Like, that's not bad.
Yeah, like, if you get there right when you're supposed to board, which is what I do. I just bank on the security line not being that long. Yeah. And so I get there right when my flight is boarding, and then I live like relatively close to the airport. So it's so nice. Yeah.
I feel like that's probably like a relatively like cheap flight compared to other places.
It depends on when you're going, but I've flown round trip for $34. Round trip.
That's fire. Spirit?
Yeah. Frontier.
Okay.
Yeah.
Period.
Same thing. Yeah.
Same thing, though, literally. Yeah. I feel like Spirit and Frontier are like the I'm in my 20s and I'm gonna travel and go anywhere, like, go to.
And it's like, I don't need anything more than a bag. I'm going home.
Yeah.
I have everything at home already.
No,
and it's
literally.
like, what I don't have, like, I'm sure my mom or my sister have it. So,
yeah.
What do I need? Like,
I get that, yeah. Have you gone back, like, recently? Or like...
I was there over Christmas.
Oh, nice.
It was like nice and wholesome, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so before we started the podcast, Prasiddhi and I were talking about New Year's resolutions and how that's not real. And how about we get into that?
Okay.
Since it is January 12th, I think it is right now. Like, what did 2024 look like for you? Like, highlights. Like, let's get into that.
Ooh, highlights.
Highlights, downlights. That's the word, right? Downlights.
Is that a thing? Downlights?
Yeah,
I've never heard that.
I saw it on Instagram. It was like
I feel like lowlights.
Lowlights.
It might be
downlights. I just made it up. Okay. Yeah.
Highlights. I traveled a lot. I went to Japan. I went to Korea. I went to India. I went to Madrid. I went to like.
Wait, that's really good.
Yeah. I went skiing with my girlfriends in Utah.
Dude, I want to go skiing.
I hate skiing.
Really?
I hate skiing.
I've never been.
I'm so bad at skiing, and learning how to ski as an adult is so hard. And I've had like 2 traumatic falls, and I'm like, maybe this isn't a sport for me.
Define traumatic.
Like speeding down a hill and like not knowing how to stop and then crashing. Like it's like
you crash in the snow though.
Like yeah, but I like.
But it's like it hurts.
But it's like it hurts, yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it's like it's really hard to learn, but learning I would say like big skills like that as an adult is so hard. And I'm like open to maybe like other winter sports, but I don't know, maybe skiing's not for me.
Real.
Yeah.
It's good to know.
And it's like you don't have to be good at everything.
You don't. Yeah, you can just try shit.
You can try shit and see if you like it, and if you don't, then like you don't like it. And that's that.
I feel like that needs to be normalized. There's so much like hyper productivity everywhere. Like you need to monetize this, you need to do this. It's like, no, what if you just do this?
What if you do what do you want to do? Yeah.
Like it's not that deep.
Yeah. Absolutely. So going back to the New Year's resolution thing, I think 2024 was definitely like a year of travel for me.
Yeah.
And it was so great. I got to see so many great places around the world. Low lights. I don't know. I would say like I'm like a pretty positive person, so even when like low things happen, like I try to learn from it.
And any lessons?
Oh, put me on the spot.
Yeah, putting you on the spot. What are your lessons?
Do it for you. Like, do what you want to do, and do it for yourself. Like, always prioritize what you want to do, and the real ones will always stick around.
Yeah.
I would say like, I think I've made a lot of really great friends in 2024. I would say that's like another highlight.
Yeah.
You had mentioned like my female founder series, and I think I made some really close friends through that, and it's just been really great. Like a lot of my friends are female founders, so
I mean
yeah, and meeting them because of the series that I was doing was definitely a highlight. Like I hang out with them like now even all the time, so I think that's definitely a highlight. I think going into 2025, you asked me. Yeah, so I think like this is a hot take, but I don't necessarily believe in New Year's resolution. Yeah. I think if you want to change, you don't have to wait for January 1st to change. Like your life isn't going to change as soon as the clock hits midnight.
That's true. Especially because time isn't even real.
Yeah,
so.
I think commitments that you make to change on a arbitrary date you're less likely to actually accomplish them because you'll do it for like 3 weeks or like a month, but unless you really truly want to do it in general, like I think you won't like stick to it because it's so abnormal to who you are at the core. And I think for me, it's like when I want to implement change, like I do it the next day or the same day. And I understand that everyone's not like that. Like everyone has their own way of like adapting. What I do like though, I really like the concept of a 2025 bingo card, which was on TikTok. And it's like, you think of 25 things that you want to complete, and
it's 25 things.
Yeah, because it's like 5 by 5.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, so it's like a bingo card. It's like a legit bingo card. But I like that they're more specific. They're not like a drastic commitment to change who you are as a person. Yeah. It's just like a bucket list for 2025. So I think some things on mine are like host a girls' dinner, or like do a beach day with my friends, or read like 5 books, which is, I know, a low hanging fruit, but like as someone who doesn't always read, I think it's a small accomplishment.
It is an accomplishment,
and it feels like it just like gamifies kind of like your life, which is fun. It adds a little spice, and I think like you don't need to make resolutions to commit to changing who you are when it's like unnatural, but if you do really want to make a change, like you can also like do it any day. You don't have to wait for the 1st of January to do it.
No, I totally get that. First off, I love the bingo card like example.
Yeah,
I need to definitely look into that because I feel like that's like a fun.
It's like all over TikTok.
Yeah,
or it was a few weeks ago.
Okay, yeah, I'll look at it. But like, I feel like that'd be a cool thing to even like have on the wall.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Just like okay, like I did this.
Yeah,
just,
and
like,
it's just cute.
It's cute, yeah. And then with the second thing, I agree with what you're saying. I think like it's like nice to have like goals for like the year, but I do think that like something like, for example, if you've never worked out in your entire life, but then you're like, I'm gonna lose like 40 pounds like at January, like that's not gonna like, you know what I mean?
It's gonna be unnatural. Like you need to work backwards. So it's like if you do have big goals that you want to do, you need to break them down into, okay, what does it look like? What do I need to do today to help me accomplish that a year, 2 years down the line?
Yeah.
So it's like work backwards. So like think about your major life goals or like major goals for this year or whatever, and then work backwards so that you can break them down. And I think that's usually my mentality or approach to how I do things.
I mean, no, that makes sense, honestly. It's very logical, and I feel like it puts you in a place
it's like a math formula.
No, it really is, because I feel like you can do whatever you want and achieve things you want, but like you have to, like you said, just work backwards.
Yeah.
And I also think like I saw a YouTube video about this, and like I've been implementing this into my life, but like putting in systems before, like I guess like before like the New Year's, but just before like when you like set that timeline, or like for like this next like year or 2 years I want to achieve this. Like for example, if you want to start going to the gym every single day or like 4 times a week, then like starting in like August or September, you're like, okay, let's go like once a week.
Yeah, you can't just drastically like jump into like an unnatural habit. Like that is so hard, and it causes like disruptions, stress in your life. It's like, for example, like I wanted to start a new hobby, so then like what I'll do is like order the supplies for the new hobby. It's like you're doing that pre-planning before you actually start.
No, because it doesn't just happen overnight.
No, you can't. No one changes overnight.
No, literally, or like even like I feel like with like work goals or anything like that, like if you like start like a couple months ahead, like plan everything out, like what are like small things I need to do, because I feel like that really helps you just like put it into perspective versus just like a big goal of like this salary or like this business income. Like it's just like that can be overwhelming, I feel like.
No, totally, I agree.
Yeah, but speaking of business, tell us about, you have Thinkhers, this is our startup. You want to tell us more about it?
Yeah, so Thinkers is a nonprofit for high school age girls who are interested in business and entrepreneurship. I started this. It was actually inspired by my little sister who was she was applying to colleges, and she had made this Excel spreadsheet, and it was was a disaster. And I'm a tech consultant, so I know how to make spreadsheets. And even beyond that, I like learned it in school. But I realized like you don't need to be 25 to learn how to make an Excel spreadsheet, like an organized, well-functioning spreadsheet. So I kind of started thinking like, what if we teach business skills to high school age girls? And something that's I think really unique about Thinkers is that because it targets girls in high school, it builds the confidence at a young age that I think girls really need, and those are really like transformative years. So that's kind of why I targeted high school age girls. And so for them, I host business boot camps, which are totally free, because something that I really value is I think education should be free and be like, I want to create equal opportunities. And I don't want them to be like for people just because you have like a lot of money. Like that doesn't mean you're passionate about education, doesn't mean you're passionate about learning, doesn't mean like you should just like have those opportunities over someone who is deeply passionate, who wants to do things that make a difference or like sets them apart. Yeah. So I want to keep the boot camps like totally free, and it's like based on an application now. So I host those 1 to 2 times a year. I've hosted 2 boot camps so far.
Love it.
And then later this year I'll be hosting a 3rd one.
That is so exciting.
I'm excited. I love doing it. I love teaching, and I just teach like really basic Excel, not just Excel, PowerPoint, marketing, really basic skills, and so that they kind of get warmed up to the idea of like how to run a business, or like what are these like business basics, like general consulting skills, things like that I wish I had known in high school, because I think it really would set you apart or put you ahead in comparison to your peers, or help you gain the confidence to like do a presentation in college or even high school. So like by building those, I think it does make a difference, and I'm hoping that it helps them get their internships that they want, get more experience, and like help kind of pave the beginning part of their career.
Oh my god, look at you, Miss Inspiration. No,
you.
That is so dope. I totally agree with that, like with what you said about like building those like real life skills back then. Because I feel like, at least when I was in high school, I didn't really realize like that like the specific skills you need for like work tasks are really different from what we learn in school.
Yeah, so different.
Like everything.
It doesn't matter. It's like even in comp sci, like I had comp sci internships, and what I was learning in my comp sci classes were like how to create a puzzle, like how to code a puzzle. But like
they're not teaching
that's
you
not
code.
Yeah, like it's like which is like also, or like how to automate like a cloud platform. Like that's like so different from what I learned in school. And it's like you don't really learn until you're on the job. And same thing with consulting. Like it's like there's so many skills that you learn in consulting and so many soft skills, but you don't need to be a college graduate to do that. You just need to be exposed to it.
Do you have any like goals for like this year for Thinkers? Like what does that look like for you like right now?
I think I definitely want to do another boot camp. I would love to do 2 more. Summer is long, and I think I could squeeze in 2.
Yeah.
I would love to grow my, like in general, I think I want Thinkers to be in person as well. I think it's really hard to organize as like a solo founder. I do have volunteers and like guest speakers and things like that when like the boot camp is running, but I think I want it to be more consistent, and I don't really know what that looks like right now, so it definitely needs some like thinking and planning behind that.
Yeah, no, I totally get that. Speaking the goals into existence.
Yeah.
No, that's so exciting though.
Yeah.
For the boot camps, is there something specifically that like you love about it, like the ones you've had so far?
I honestly just like love teaching. I think it's fun. I think the girls that attend, the ones that are like very committed, are so bright and like so inspirational, and they're like, some of them are like really funny. Like I think that it's just like really nice, and it's nice to be able to give back also, and like help define the future like generations.
Wow, we're at that age.
Yeah,
now.
I know. Makes
Dude,
me feel old.
Do you ever feel like old? Like I've been feeling that recently, honestly.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
I have been feeling like really old. I went to when I went to India, my little cousin, she's like 9. And, like, I just see her, like, playing and stuff, and I'm like, wow, like, is my youth gone? Like,
Youth gone.
is my... But I'm, like, only 25 on the flip side. Like, it's, like...
It's really young.
It's, like, yeah. So, like, quarter-life crisis is so real.
Dude, yeah. No, I get it. I'm turning 25 in March, and, like, I've just been thinking a lot about just, like...
Yeah, welcome.
Yeah, welcome. No, literally. Yeah, I feel like for me, it's when I see my younger cousin, who he's in college right now, and like we're 4 years apart, but he's like gonna be a junior in college, and like I'm like that is 4 years ago.
Yeah.
So
my sister is like almost 8 years younger than me, so she just started college, and like she tells me about her college stories. She's living in the same dorm that I lived in, and like she tells me about like she goes to UNC as well, and it's just so crazy. I'm like, wow, that was 8 years ago. Like,
yeah, like freshman year of college.
Oh my god, yeah. Like 8 years ago.
Yeah.
Which is like...
That's crazy, right?
I know.
Cause
it like feels like not that long ago.
It doesn't feel
But then
that
I look
long
at
ago.
pictures and I'm like, oh, like that was a long time ago.
Yeah, it's crazy because I feel like I definitely feel connected to the person that like I was like back then. But then I think when you look at even like the decisions that you make now, how you process things, all of that for like it's different, right?
I mean, of course, you're like building on like who you were, and like it's kind of like the butterfly effect where like one decision leads to another, and that's just like life. Like you learn and you grow.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. What do you like? So you went to UNC, right?
Yeah.
What did you love about UNC?
Their school spirit.
School spirit.
I think like I really liked my experience.
Yeah.
I made some great friends. I think the school spirit, like I was never into sports, but when I was at UNC, like basketball games were so fun. Like they were so fun. Even football games. I still don't understand football, but like the games so fun.
Love it.
School spirit is like unparalleled. Like I have not, maybe like some other state schools, but UNC is like definitely up there for like their school spirit. And I love how many people are like in New York that went to UNC, so like you can still feel like there's like UNC themed bars in New York.
Wait, that's so cool.
So it's like fun to see like how far the school spirit carries you. Like I actually have like a crazy story. I was hiking in Seattle during my internship one time.
Oh wow.
And I think someone that I was hiking with, maybe it was me, I don't know, I don't remember who, was wearing like a UNC shirt, and a lot of us went to UNC during my internship, and someone said it was like a zigzag path up, like you
the
would
hike.
the hike. So like someone in my group screamed like go heels, and then someone like 4 or 5 levels up responded like go heels, and that was like a crazy thing. It's like school spirit carries you so far, and I think the network is just like so amazing. There's so many bright, amazing people that went to UNC doing like such great things, so I think that's also really amazing.
Yeah. Do you still talk to the people like that are in New York that went to UNC, or like are they friends, or?
I think like I wouldn't consider like my closest friends being the ones I went to UNC with.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the friends I made were actually like in New York.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's dope.
And it's like if I am friends with someone who went to UNC, I don't think we were friends in college. I will say like some of my best friends, like 2 of my best friends did go to UNC.
Yeah.
But we only really became friends like senior year of college, which like that's like it was during COVID, and so like that's like the tail end of like college. So I wouldn't say like
No, that makes sense. Yeah. I had such a great time chatting with you.
Yeah.
And
this was so fun.
Yeah, and it was so fun like talking about everything from college to entrepreneurship, like living in New York and all of that. I'm so excited for your marathon and your half marathon. And our audience probably is as well. But yeah, thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me. This was so fun.
Yeah. So I always end off each podcast episode asking the guest, what is something that you wish you could tell your younger self?
Oh.
Putting you on the spot.
Again.
I have a habit, can I say?
That's hard. I would say
there's no wrong or right answer.
I know.
Yeah.
What wouldn't I? I would tell my chill out. Like, it's not that serious. Like, that's what I honestly would say. I feel like growing up, I took everything so seriously. And I think I still do sometimes. There's so many things, like, I've learned to chill out a little bit, but I think, like, it's not that serious. I was listening to a Mel Robbins podcast, and I think a lot of, her, like, I think it's, let them theory.
Yeah, I saw that.
I just started listening to her. But her let them theory, I think that's the advice I would give my younger self. Like, let people be the way they are, and if they don't fit you, then
leave them.
Or, like, you'll naturally drift apart.
Yeah.
And I think it's not that serious. Like, you'll end up where you're meant to be. Put your best foot forward, and don't be so stressed about doing that all the time.
Yeah. That's real advice, honestly. I feel like so many, I definitely took shit so seriously too.
I took everything so seriously. What did I not take seriously? Like, everything I was doing, everyone that I was with, like, all of that, everything was so serious, and it didn't need to be. I'm not saying I didn't, like, have fun, but I was still, like, there's, like, a lot of random stress, but, like, friendship, relationships, things like that, like, it doesn't need to be that serious. Like, life is meant to be fun.
Just have fun.
Just have fun. Yeah.
No, I love that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, our audience is going to love that as well. I think that's a great thing to end off the podcast.
Yeah.
Thank you again for coming on.
Yeah.
I had a lovely
This is
time.
so fun.
Yeah, I'm glad. You're literally beaming. You look so cute right now. Aww. It's like a cheesy smile. But, okay, well, for you guys, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you follow the podcast. And for anything you guys liked, didn't like, or you want to see more of, let me know in the comments or leave a rating as well, because we're trying to grow around here and that will help us a lot. That being said, I love you and see you guys next time. Bye.